Hey guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. You're watching Living the Denver Boulder Lifestyle, and my name is Rachel Kennedy. Today I'm going to be digging into Boulder's best kept secret, the suburb that you probably haven't ever heard of. And if you're thinking about moving to the Boulder area, unless you've talked to a local or a realtor like myself, you probably have never heard of this suburb. So I'm really excited to spill the beans for you. But before we do, I would love to have you like and subscribe to the channel so that you get notified every time we put out new videos. And it also helps our channel grow so that others can find the information that we're putting out there just like you. All right, let's dive in. I have a feeling that if you are considering moving into the Boulder area, you probably don't even know that Niwot exists. All right, so before we dig into Boulder's best kept secret, Niwot, Colorado, I would love to remind you that I put this information together and I throw these videos up on YouTube because I'm helping people relocate out here to the Denver Boulder area almost every single day. And if that's you and you'd love a local's opinion or some professional guidance, I would be honored to help you with that. Please feel free to hit me up on that email or that number that is popping up on your screen below. All right, so let's dig into Niwot, Colorado, and why no one's talking about this. So Niwot is located about 20 minutes to the north of Boulder, and it's a straight shot up Ken Pratt Boulevard, which also connects you into Longmont. So if you are commuting from either to or from Boulder or to or from Longmont, Niwot is going to be right smack dab in the middle of both of those areas. I would say it's probably about 20 minutes to the south to Boulder and probably about 10, 15 at the absolute max up to Longmont. Niwot has a population of just 4,200, so that right there will give you a really good picture of the very much small town feel that is Niwot. The land that is surrounding Niwot, encompasses Niwot, used to be all farmland, so it's very, very flat, which aids itself to having really great views of the mountains, but it also aids itself into feeling like a really, really small town. Now, you are very close to Longmont and you are very close to Boulder, so you have access to major stores, plenty of restaurant and grocery shop options, but Niwot is definitely not going to be that small town that has a, vibrant nightlife. In fact, the Main Street area is only 2 blocks long, and it does have a handful of restaurants. You can count them all on one hand. A locally owned coffee shop. One of the restaurants hosts some live music a couple nights a week. So there are options, but if you really like to get out and be social, living in Niwot is going to force you to go up to Longmont or go south down to Boulder in order to get your fill of your social activities. Niwot does host a First Friday art walk on their main street, and they also host a handful of other community events throughout the year. I've driven by and seen like a tractor museum fair kind of thing. They host some Halloween community events, so there's definitely community surrounding it. All right, so as I mentioned, Niwot definitely has more of a country, very small town feel to it. And I think that the people that choose to live in Niwot are those who like the vibe of Boulder area, but want to be a little bit more spread out. So if you're buying close into the city of Boulder, you're either going to be, in the hubbub or in the mix of the activity that is Boulder, or you're going to be in the mountains of Boulder. So those that choose Niwot, I think, are just drawn to a different type of lifestyle and want a little bit more room to spread out. Niwot does have larger lot sizes. You can find anything from, a half an acre all the way up to over an acre lot size. You'll mainly find either custom older homes that used to be these farmhouses. And when I say older, I mean 50s, 60s, 70s, or you're going to find 90s to 2000 build planned unit developments with those larger lot sizes. So think HOA, think maybe a community clubhouse, maybe a community pool if you get lucky, that kind of vibe. Niwot is another area that is located in the county of Boulder, but it doesn't feed into Boulder Valley school districts. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I talk often about the fact that Boulder Valley School District is one of the top 2 school districts in the state, very consistently, year over year. So it is definitely a perk for you to buy into Boulder County and feed into Boulder Valley School District. However, in Niwot, you feed into St. Vrain Valley School District, which is not a bad district, to be honest with you. And even better, all of the schools that Niwot feeds into get an A- or better rating on niche.com. So while you don't feed into Boulder Valley School District, you do have really, really great public school options. And you also have a handful of private school options very near you. So Dawson School is one that if you're considering private school, definitely check that out. It'll be a very short drive for you and is highly, highly rated. So the median household income, according to niche.com, is $126,000 in Niwot. Now, comparing that to Boulder's median income of $75,000, Niwot definitely takes it up a notch. However, I think that Boulder's median income is drawn down a bit because of their huge student population. So keep in mind that while Boulder's median income is a little bit lower than Niwot's, they are taking into account a very great percentage of students who, as we all know, don't make too much money. So the Boulder area is not known for its affordability. Moving into Boulder either for work, play, or because they just love the vibe that is the Boulder lifestyle. So those that move into Boulder are not seeking affordability, that is for sure. And that definitely stays true when you come up to Niwot. The median home price in Niwot is $710,000. Now, when we compare that to Boulder's median home price, which floats between the $800,000 and $850,000 range, there's definitely a little bit more for affordability coming up into the Niwot area. So in Niwot, 90% of the homes are going to be single-family homes. There are 2 complexes that are townhouse or condo style, and those 2 complexes are called Cottonwood and Countryside. Other than those 2 complexes, all of the housing is going to be single-family properties, and there isn't a ton of development that is happening in Niwot. All of the development tends to happen to the south of Niwot, which can be a perk because you know that the community isn't really growing at a fast pace. But you are also going to be limited in what is currently there as far as home inventory. As far as the condo pricing, you can find a 1-bedroom to 2-bedroom condo anywhere from $285,000 all the way up to $485,000. And you can find townhouse style living, one of those 2 complexes, anywhere from $675,000 up to $750,000. And as far as those single family home prices, as I mentioned, the median home price is $710,000, but that can go all the way up into the $1 million range and even into the $5 million range. So the greatest amount of home inventory in Niwot does sit in that $1 million range. I would say anywhere from $900,000 to $1.3 million is going to be your greatest amount of inventory. All right, so what do those who live in Niwot do for fun? They are most likely living in Niwot because they either are road bikers and they love the flat topography, or they want to live close to the mountains so that they can do their hiking, their mountain biking, all of the activities that those who are moving out to Colorado usually love. All right, so let's talk about where the population of Niwot works. As I mentioned, you're most likely going to be commuting either up to Longmont or down into Boulder for work. Niwot is about a 25-30 minute drive. That Interlochen area is kind of North Denver and Boulder's business hub. There are a lot of aerospace companies are moving into the Interlochen area and into the Boulder area. So if aerospace or engineering is the industry that you work in, this would definitely be an area that you should concentrate on as far as housing goes. All right, so that's all I have for you about Niwot, Colorado, Boulder's best kept secret. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.